phone still echo, the feds won't let go. Money never sleeps when you're the Black Gordon Gecko. Line looking like they waiting on the retro. Sixes, I feel special. Resale and I never pay retail. My shoebox money afforded me the spree wells.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the StubHub Center, 20 miles south of downtown L.A. Today, it's a matchup in the AFC West between the Denver Broncos and the Los Angeles Chargers. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Detroit!
Now a play fake here on first down. Space to maneuver at the 40. Wide open receiver complete. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Now Rosen to throw on second down. That's caught left side by Jake Butt. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. The reception good for 7. It's third down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On third down, Rosen. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here's a carry now for Keith Marshall. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play. And just like that, it's third down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On third down, that's Marshall. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on fourth down. They'll run for it with Marshall. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Now a first down throw. Well, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They said there was a lot of discussion in their defensive team meeting room after last week's performance. They had 7 sacks. Something in the water. There's one in the first quarter.
A lot of discussion, a lot of excitement, because now everyone wants to get involved with this. Who's going to continue that process? Who's going to get to the quarterback this week? But they have to be careful. When you have that much pressure, they want to use it against you. Draws, screens, those types of plays.
We'll see if they do that. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down. On third down, it's Marshall, and he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on fourth down. To punt it away on fourth down, here's Drew Kaiser. Back to return it, Christian McCaffrey. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Now Rosen back into his end zone. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. Rosen here down around his own goal line. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And he'll bring it back to the 9-yard line. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Hard to forget starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
He'll get it up the middle. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. They get it to him running left. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Keith Marshall, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Chargers have taken a first-quarter lead. And maybe starting the campaign for another Offensive Player of the Week award in the AFC.
Yeah, struck up the band, right? They're going to lead him along, and the band being that offensive line, he's locked into the rhythm of what they're doing up front, and he's definitely off to that great start, a 2nd straight week.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And coming out now, the Broncos. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Rosen.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers putting up their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
This is taken at the 15. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And the Chargers coming out of the field now. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now Marshall. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. And give the tackle to Anthony Walker.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 12 yards there, and the Chargers have a first down. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game. And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best. And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Back now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Chargers here with a football. And they've got it here with a first down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Webb now from the gun. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jones. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 18 yards to pick up there.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Shrugs him off. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Webb to throw. Looking downfield for... And it's intercepted at the goal line. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right...
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Lucky 56.
On play action, Rosen. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
From the gun, it's Rosen. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their third one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, That does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. They'll run with Marshall. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
Webb. It's caught. Jones. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That one goes for 24 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Watch it now, Barney!
And here's Marshall. A spin. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Arden Key, the ex-LSU Tiger, there on the stop.
I would say that's what you call a whole lot for a little, huh?
When you bust that move out of the bag, you hope for more than 4 yards, but hey, 4 is what he got. The Chargers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Webb. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. David Njoku, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead. Now Sturgis on to add the extra point. Sturgis for the extra point, and it's now 14-0. The punter Kaiser now out to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. So 1:56 to play in this first half. We'll come back to Southern California after this. Rosen on 1st and 10. He sets to fire deep. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Calling about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. The Broncos in their hurry-up trying to get to their positions and get set quickly. And now it's Rosen looking. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one goes for 29 yards on third down. They go play action. It's Rosen. Flush to his right. And this one's incomplete.
He's thrown one interception already, and that doesn't necessarily mean the rest of the game is going to go like that. But it does seem that he's a little bit off in his approach to this one.
Yeah, it does. And that was a risky throw right there.
Got to be careful about taking care of the ball, making sure you get back within yourself. I mean, those mechanics that they work on all the time, they're there for a reason. Kind of get back to those and maybe tamp it down a little bit.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now Rosen on first down. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout, as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number one. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone!
2nd and 10 now. It's Rosen being chased out left. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third.
Well, he strung it out as far as he could, and I like the fact that he kept his eyes downfield, but he finally ran out of time and room. But I'll take that over forcing it downfield and possibly having it intercepted.
Off the play fake, here's Rosen. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? Well, look at the 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game.
Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line. That's what they're tasked with doing, keeping their quarterback upright and clean in the pocket. But I think they have to look at, okay, are we bringing in extra people? Is the ball out of the quarterback's hands quick enough? There are a few other factors they'd have to look at to try and help out, but you're exactly right. It starts with the O-line.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Charger offense making their way back out there. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he powers his way up past the 30. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number one. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. Able to power through. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down. The Chargers on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Gone!
Here's Webb. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Cannon. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Webb. He's going to loft one deep left into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. final play of the half here. It's Rosen. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
They turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
They stay on the ground. This is Marshall again. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And they'll go with a ground attack here. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, it's Webb. Flushed out right. Looking right sideline, that's complete. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Detroit! Detroit!
A play fake, now Webb. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. A big play there on the catch and run. Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Detroit! Detroit!
Rosen off the play action. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Dancing to his left. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
All right, now, look at 56. Look it.
Third and long here for Rosen. Got a man right side. It's McCaffrey. And he'll take it down shy of 45 at the 46. A crazy sequence here. A huge game that time, but it still leaves them well short for fourth down. They'll try and throw for it with Rosen. And that is going to be incomplete. Jabril Peppers, a former first-round pick, there on the coverage. So the defense asked to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
And they'll run it here. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And on the ground they go with the running back. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft. The Chargers on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 9.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Operating from the gun. Webb. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And down to the 28-yard line. Where they pick up 25 as they convert on third. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, "Are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down." They love being physical.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. This carry with the extra effort is going to get him stopped up just shy of the 10. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Back now at the StubHub Center in Carson. It's Charger football, and they've got the lead as well as we begin the 4th quarter.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
On 2nd down, Webb. That's complete right around the 8. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Hunter Henry, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead. They had the lead in the fourth, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
The punter Kaiser now out to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So the Broncos coming out now. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. On first down, it's Rosen. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to send this one deep. It's caught inside the 25. And great yardage here all the way deep into Los Angeles territory. It's a big play there for the Broncos. 45 yards. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. They'll come out in the pistol. Rosen will throw. And that is incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90. No. Check. Patriot.
Third down, here's McCaffrey. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos get a bit closer.
Could not block that one any better. Everyone was accounted for, and a great surge by the offensive line.
McManus's point after is good. And the lead is down to 28-10. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. All of a sudden, they have quite a bit of breathing room. This was a one-score game, but touchdowns on their last 2 drives, and now comfort is here, so to speak.
It certainly is for them. Now, I've been in this situation before on the flip side of this. And all that's going on there is a little bit of finger pointing. Hey, what's going on? How can we stop them? Can someone make a play to try and stop this momentum?
Well, they're going to be ball hawking because they need a turnover on that other side.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bipema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech.
Lucky 56.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Webb buying time to his left. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And that's incomplete.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Right back to him on first down. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Keith Marshall, his 2nd TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead. And he knocks it through. The punter Kaiser now out to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things out.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Rosen again on 2nd and 10. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. Throw left side complete. It's Rowe. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. Throwing now, Rosen on first down. And incomplete on the deep ball.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Second and 10. It's Rosen again. Wide open receiver complete. And now the Chargers are going to signal for another timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. Steps away to his left. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Being chased out left. Now he'll throw deep left side. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter, and find their way open.
Now Rosen looking to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Derwin James with a pick. Wait a second. They did not accept that after the incompletion. Your look is just as puzzled as mine.
I got nothing for you here. You have to take that penalty, don't you?
It's free yards. Now they'll run it on the toss. Room here to run. There he goes, right side. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So another score there. Often you talk about the three phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. Sturgis adds the PAT, and the lead will swell by one more. The punter Kaiser now out to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
Well, sometimes, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 34. And he will score. Touchdown, LA. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? It's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or 2.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
Sturgis for the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 50.
second down. Here's Rosen. And he comes back with one complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. Over the middle, he's got Deshaun Hamilton. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Throwing again, it's Rosen. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and this is recovered by the Chargers.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got to jump here. Now, hold on a second. Why would they decline that? Charles?
I don't have a good answer for you, but let's work the math here a little bit. If you take the penalty, you get 5 yards. Minimum.
You're in the positive in the yardage, and you get to rerun the down you just had.
I like that. I like that little extra on top of the whole thing. This makes 0 sense.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Twisting away. And he showed a nice little juke, but then the window quickly closed. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And I think the ball's out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Now a handoff looking right. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And now the Broncos will burn another timeout here, as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Now they try the right side here. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And Denver getting set to take the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. One final shot here for Rosen. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their